then one should have regulation even in one's work. Karmasu, karma means work. So, if we are not regulated in work, then again we cannot become a yogi. So, we need to have control over these things: eating, sleeping, recreation and work. Now, we are discussing about alpahar. So, how much to eat? When to eat? These are the questions generally people have. So, Ayurveda very beautifully describes we should eat or we should live our life based on sun. When sun rises, we should also rise. When sun sets, we should also set. Meaning, whenever we eat food, it has to be digested. So, to digest, there has to be a fire inside. And when sun is there in the daytime, the fire also exists in the body. Now, when sun sets, the fire also reduces. So, after or post sunset, whatever we eat, actually speaking, we do not get full sufficient energy from that. So, even now there are some people who strictly follow that after the sunset they do not consume anything, they do not eat anything. But it is very important that we should actually eat and sleep as per the sun's schedule. So, Ayurveda explains, it gives a rule 50, 25, 25. So, what is the meaning? So, we should eat food 50% of our stomach. For example, I have capacity to eat 4 chapatis, but how much I should eat? I should eat only 2 chapatis. Yes, and 25% I should drink water, liquid, and 25% I should leave the space empty. Our eating habit, it is just like mixer grinder. If you want to make a chutney, how do you make chutney? So, there is a mixer grinder jar, in that 50% we fill it with stuff and 25% water and 25% space. Only then when you switch on, it mixes well and you get a good chutney. Now, if you put 80% stuff and 20% water, there is no space for mixing. And if you put 25% stuff and 80% water, you do not get a good quality chutney. So, if you want to cook very good chutney, it has to be 50% stuff, 25% water and 25% space. So, similarly, when we are eating, our body is also like a yantra. So, Bhagavad Gita explains yantra rudhani mayaya. So, this body is nothing but yantra or a machine. So, if this machine has to digest food, we should also eat only 50%. If my capacity is 4 chapatis, I should eat only 2 chapatis. But yes, our mind is uncontrollable. So, mind wants, if my capacity is 4 chapatis, I want to eat 5 chapatis, I want to eat some sweets, that, this, everything. If we just gulp inside, put it inside so much. But that is why people end up becoming obese. Their belly becomes, their tummy becomes so big. So, to avoid that, this is the best formula which Ayurveda gives. That is, eat only 50%, 25% water, some liquid and 25% space. So, then the mixing happens very nicely. So, that is the point. This is a wonderful formula which all of us should remember about eating. How much to eat? 50%, 25%, 25%. This is the formula. What are the conditions for good food? When you say good food, how should it be? I will give you 5 important conditions for a good food. So, what are the 5 important conditions? Number 1, it should look good. So, whenever you cook some food, when you offer it, it should look good. A chapati or a puri should look like a puri. Many times what happens when we make chapati or something, it is in different form, so which is not good. So, it should be in a good, it should look good. First condition, that means it should be pleasing to the eyes. Second condition, it should smell good. When I smell, it should have a good fragrance. It should be pleasing fragrance. Now, I will not tell what type of foods will give what kind of fragrance. It is understood there are some food which stinks, which smells very bad, but still people consume it. So please understand that is not a good food. That doesn't come under the category of Sathwik Aahaar. If we don't eat Sathwik Aahaar, our consciousness also will not remain Sathwik. It becomes very passionate and ignorant.